A very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pankaj Durvedi. I am a first year CSE AI student at Chhatrapati Savaji Maharaj University, Kanpur. Today, I am presenting my full stack Mern application, a complete AI integrated food ordering system designed for scalability and ease of use. My internship overview is as follows. During this internship, I transitioned from theoretical knowledge to building a production ready application. I learned to manage the entire life cycle of an app, from designing the database schema in MongoDB to creating responsive UI components in React. The training and role during this internship, I also focused on building industrial grade web application using Monster. The core objective was to understand the end-to-end life cycle of a product. Its duration was of 4 weeks, and the key focus includes component architecture, API integration, and a database modeling. The next is goals and objective of my project. My goals were clear: to implement industrial security via JSON web tokens, handle complex state management for the shopping cart, and integrate AI to provide smart review summaries, making the app smarter than standard food ordering sites. It also includes mastery of Stack technologies, implementing JSON web tokens based secure authentication, designing responsive high performance user interfaces, building a scalable RESTful APIs with Node.js, understanding state management using Context API. The technology stack that I have used in my project is Mern because it is a unified language. JavaScript everywhere, MongoDB provides the flexibility we need for documents. Express node handles high concurrency request, and React allows for a fast component based user experience. So, as I have also included the tools that I have used, the first one is MongoDB, that is NoSQL document database for flexible and scalable data storage. Second is Express.js, which is minimalist web framework for building robust backend APIs. The fourth one is React.js, component-based library for building interactive front-end UIs. As we all know, the last is Node.js, which is the most important. V8 JavaScript runtime for high concurrency server environments. The requirements of my project is as follows. The function modules. The application aims to provide a seamless bridge between customers and local eateries. The application had to be functional. This meant building a secure user authentication flow, a menu filtering system, that works across multiple restaurants, a dynamic card that updates prices in real time, and a Stripe payment integration to handle real world transactions. The next is the system architecture, which I have used. The system follows a three-tier architecture model. The first one is presentation tier, which React components handling state and props. The second one is logic tier, which has express and node, server handling, request response and lifecycle. The third one is data tier, MongoDB Atlas Cloud for persistence. This is our three-tier architecture. The React frontend interacts with the API. The Express backend validates user request via middleware, and the data persists in MongoDB. This ensures that even if one layer fails, it's easier to isolate and fix the problem. The next slide is of database design and schema. Data modeling is the backbone of any app. I design the user schema include encrypted passwords. The restaurant schema is nested to include menu items. And the order schema tracks the relationship between a user and their purchased food items, ensuring consistent status updates like processing or delivered. The next one is implementation of the front end. It shows how I have implemented front end in my project. So on the front end, I focused on React hooks like use stats and use effect. I implemented a context API to maintain the shopping cart system. This allows a user to add items from different restaurants seamlessly while keeping the UI responsive. That is React and UI styling, which is built using functional components and hooks, use state and use effect. The next one is responsive grid layout using CSS, Flexbox, and grid. The third one is navigation handled via React Router DOM. The context API for managing global shopping cart state is also has used. The last one is implementation of backend. The backend is where the logic is enforced. By using Express middleware, I ensure that private routes are protected. I use Mongoose to create queries that are not only efficient but also secure against common vulnerabilities. As a part of conclusion, I would like to say that my internship was a vital transition from theoretical classroom study to production ready development. I focused on the Mern stack, MongoDB, Express, React, and Node because it provides a unified JavaScript ecosystem, allowing me to maintain consistency across both the client and server sides. The project architecture follows a robust three-tier model. The React frontend manages the user interface utilizing functional components and hooks for a reactive experience. The Express backend serves as the logic tier, hosting our RESTful API and handling request response lifecycles, while MongoDB acts as the persistent data layer, handling complex document relationships. The core requirements included secure JSON Web Token based authentication for user sessions, a real time shopping cart managed via React Context API to prevent prompt drilling, and an AI driven review analyzer that utilizes prompt engineering to summarize customer feedback into actionable insights. A major technical highlight was implementing pre-save hooks in my Mongoose schemas to maintain data integrity. Before an order is saved, the server automatically validates stock levels and decrements inventory, ensuring the database stays consistent with reality. This project was not without technical challenges. I have faced many. I encountered complex routing issues, specifically path errors and middleware resolution conflicts where my route handlers were returning undefined. Debugging these required me to trace the request response lifecycle through the express routing stack. Solving these bugs was the most valuable part of my learning process as it forced me to move beyond surface level coding and understand exactly how many dependencies interact with one another. Ultimately, this project represents more than just a functional app. It is a demonstration of how modern web technologies can be orchestrated to solve real world logistical problems. The core requirements included secure JWT based authentication, a real time shopping cart managed via React Context API, and an AI driven review analyzer that utilizes prompt engineering also. Yeah, I focused on Mern MongoDB Express, React, and Node because it provides a unified JavaScript ecosystem. I encountered complex routing issues also, including path errors and middlewares also, resolution conflicts, which forced me to deepen my understanding of the express request response lifecycle. So at the end, I am now very confident in my ability to build scalable AI integrated full stack application and look forward to scaling this project with new features in the future. And also, I have learned new modern web technologies that can be orchestrated to solve real world logistical problems. Solving these bugs was the most valuable part of my learning journey, proving that persistence in debugging is the hallmark of a true developer. Thank you for your most precious time and for this opportunity for me to have this internship and share my views in this presentation also. Thank you so much for your attention. This is my overall food ordering project. I have used so many of tools like Express, Postman, MongoDB, React, Node.js in this project. These are the files that I have created, and I have used VS Code as a code editor for my this project. This is the backend part. This includes the front end.